And Nigeria has lost one of its finest minds, a man who wore many hats with grace, integrity, and excellence. Veteran broadcaster, business leader, teacher, and diplomat, Dr. Christopher Kolade has died at the age of 92. We have more in this report.
He was more than a broadcaster. Dr. Christopher Kolade was a symbol of integrity, a man who stood tall in Nigeria's media, business, and academic spaces, leaving behind a legacy of values-driven leadership. Known by many as the conscience of the nation, Kolade began his career in broadcasting and rose to become the Director General of the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation, known now as FRCN. In an era of limited freedom, he stood for the truth, responsibility, and balance in storytelling.
Every Nigerian.
But his journey didn't stop in the newsroom. He later served as the chairman of Cadbury Nigeria, represented Nigeria as High Commissioner to the UK, and became a revered lecturer in ethics and leadership at Lagos Business School. To many, Kolade was also a teacher of not just knowledge, but of character. In boardrooms, classrooms, and public service, his voice always pointed the nation towards accountability and justice.
How many of us here can die for the flag? Now, shall I tell you something? If you have not found it pleasant, agreeable to live under the flag, it is difficult to volunteer to die for the flag.
As Nigeria reflects on the life of Dr. Christopher Kolade, the nation says goodbye to a rare breed, a man whose words shaped minds and whose life shaped values. A broadcaster, a teacher, a diplomat, but above all, a true Nigerian patriot.
God bless you all.
In Lagos, for News Central, Igbelani Omani.
I'm joined by two prominent Nigerians who worked closely with the late Christopher Kolade. With me in the studio is ace broadcaster Bimbo Oloyede. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And joining us virtually is Hamid Okpeloyeru, a diplomat who served as head of Chancery under the late Dr. Christopher Kolade as High Commissioner in the UK. We will have him shortly. But let's start with Bimbo in the studio. I mean, a life of service, that's how my colleague described him. You knew him as a boss. Talk to us about some of the fondest memories and how he was as a leader.
It's hard to hear him described in the past tense, but well, that's life. He was a very fair man, a very brilliant man, very astute. He always encouraged us. I mean, he was the Director General of the then NBC TV when I was first employed. So, I mean, there was a huge gap between both of us. But I do recall that we used to have what we called post-mortem sessions every Thursday at Broadcasting House. And he and some other of our bosses would be there. They would preside over the presentation group, and you know, different people's work would be assessed and criticized if necessary, praised if necessary. He was a very witty man. He had a wonderful sense of humor. And as a leader, he could be very firm, but he never raised his voice. I never heard him raise his voice. But the words that he would choose would, you know, put you in your place. At the same time, when he was ready to encourage you, you would feel as if you were on top of the world. He was a wonderful man.
Yeah, I mean, all I've heard, and I could barely keep my face from smiling because of all the beautiful words that seem to follow, you know, with the tributes that are coming in. Talk to us about some of the most prominent experiences you've had and the things that you've heard most about him that you believe is true?
I think there are different sectors within our polity that would all, they would all claim him as
yes,
as,
I mean, he was a teacher,
as
a
belonging to them,
a leader,
and they would be right because he really was. Of course, yes, he was a broadcaster. He was a teacher. He was a lecturer. He was a boardroom guru. He was former chairman of Cadbury. So I mean, there are so many aspects to him, so many hats that he wore. And I dare say that he wore them all brilliantly. The cap always always fitted him. And he just excelled in everything, you know, that he did.
I mean,
and he
some of the
was
key
so
words that
purposeful.
came up with his name is integrity. That word came up a lot, and forthrightness.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
what would you say would be some of the lessons current and aspiring leaders should pick from his leadership style?
His word was his bond. If he says yes, then it is yes. And if he says no, then it's no. He also, I remember him telling me a particular story about a time when, I think it was when he was in Cadbury, there had been profits, a reasonable profit that particular year. And I remember him saying to me that he decided that the profits were going to be shared equally. It didn't matter if you were a janitor or a cleaner or a manager, those profits were going to be shared equally. And I remember him saying that the manager will not do his job properly if the janitor or the cleaner is not available to do his or her job properly. And so as far as he was concerned, it was a fair move. I think it was resisted, but eventually, I mean, he wasn't going to be...
Basically, you are the sum of your team.
Yes.
The quality of the work you bring is supplemented by that.
That is
I understand we have Hamid Okpeloyeru joining us now. Thank you very much, sir, for being here with us. This is a man you worked quite closely with. Tell us some of the most cherished experiences in relationship, in leadership that you can share with us from your time with him.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. It was a pity that we lost Ambassador Dr. Christopher Kolade, CON. The ambassador was a man of many parts, a veteran, broadcaster, a teacher, a mentor, an administrator, manager, industrialist, a diplomat, and indeed a spiritual leader. And his legacy really cut across all the areas, all the aspects of life. And at the Nigerian High Commission, he brought a lot of innovative ideas. And some of them actually were those ideas that he garnered during his stay or his stint in the public sector. I mean, for example, you know, during our leaders meeting, actually we used to call it senior staff coordination meeting. And he changed it to leaders meeting using some of the management tools that are very common in the private sector, or something like Staff of the Year Award. So he's somebody who motivates the staff. He believes in innovation, and he believes in excellence, and also he believes in integrity and transparency. And of course, he introduced most of them there. Many of these tools, like the annual award night, he introduced it because we have so many, the Nigerian High Commission has so many offices We have offices on Northumberland Avenue, we have on Fleet Street, we have also departments of the defense section. People, staff do not know themselves. And so he introduced this with the objective of fostering camaraderie among the staff. At the community level also, he created the Central Association of Nigerians in the United Kingdom and Ireland, which was actually very unprecedented, and in 2005, and this remains up to today. That creates a network of all Nigerians within the UK and Ireland.
I mean, what do you both have described this evening is someone who pulls people in and help them grow, and he's widely respected. The question I asked Bimbo earlier was about his leadership style, which a lot of persons say emphasized integrity and forthrightness. So I'll put that same question to you. What lessons can current and aspiring leaders learn from his approach to leadership?
Yeah, actually, we always look at his leadership as being a leader in theory and practice. I mean, he was a prolific business school practitioner, and he introduced this leadership by ensuring that even the staff of the mission, he was giving us induction sessions pro bono, just to ensure that upscale our tools. And then in the area of service delivery also, he created a lot of staff development and training, welfare issues that actually became very handy when you are trying to bring about client-friendly services within the mission. And that is something that we need to, I mean, we are all, most of us, not only myself, most of the senior officers and even the junior officers alike, we consider him as a mentor. Mm-hmm. And he's always there to help.
The words today, I've just been, it's hard for me to be sad because of the beautiful things and the beautiful life that he has led and continue to inspire people. But just before we go, I'm told we have less than a minute. Do we still have his breed in today's Nigeria? Do we still have hope that the kind of leadership he showed can be experienced again?
That's quite a difficult question, because there are so many attributes, packed into one person. But I think there is hope. There is hope because some of the attributes that he has, I have identified them in some people. And one or two of them that I think we have not mentioned this evening is his sense of humanity and his sense of humility, because those two were very, very evident in everything that he did.
I wish I had the honor of meeting him. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And sir, thank you very much for giving us your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.